Ask Tom on Home Show.
Rick from Lexington, Kentucky has a question about lentil replacement.
Yeah, it's on this house here. He describes it as a brick and mortar on block foundation. Is that a thing? A block foundation, Tom?
It can be a concrete block, perimeter wall. Some people say block and base. Charlie, you'll know it from up north as a concrete block basement.
Okay.
This is kind of a half basement if you look at it. Half of it's in the ground. The other half where the driveway is opened up. You know, it's on a hilly site.
Okay. All right. I'm just curious. Okay. Zach writes, my windows only have 1 or 2 layers of bricks above the lentils, he says, and since I don't have to support any brick above the lentils, how hard a job is it to replace them? Do the windows have to be nearly removed to get out that old lentil? And is there an average price, Tom? And how much do you think it would be to replace the one over the garage lintel? Is that a lot more work?
It's going to be more work. It's just a bigger job on the garage. But I'm not gonna set prices. I never do. And quite frankly, I've never been to Lexington, and so I don't know what the prices are even for a tall boy or a hamburger. I don't know. But as far as why you would replace them, my question would be why. Now, usually when they get replaced, it's because they're rusting through and they look horrible. When metal rusts, it expands and it starts to flake off, and you can't really paint it. It gets to a point where it can't be wire brushed down, cleaned up, and painted. If it can be, that's what I would tell you to do. If you need to replace it, then they'll take the bricks out, they'll set the new lintel on the bricks below it on the edge, and then they'll relay the bricks on top. Not a big deal. And it's easier with a small area like that to replace or to relay the bricks than it is to try to keep them in place, although some of the guys might have a technique where they'll leave them in place, replace the lintel, and just mortar it all up. The reason is it gets pretty difficult, and you usually have to at least remove 1 layer of brick because a lintel is not a flat piece of metal, it's an angle iron. And so behind the brick, you have a piece that's going vertically up because that's the strength of the lintel, so it doesn't bend. And even though it might be rusted on the bottom and it rusts through, you still have that piece behind the brick that probably isn't rusted, so structurally it'll be fine. But either way, a brick repair company can come in and do it. It should not be a huge cost. Everything's more expensive than people like, but I don't think it's going to break the bank on you on this one.
You never been to Lexington, Kentucky?
Never been to Lexington, Kentucky. Have you?
Yeah, I interviewed for a job there one time. I flew into Cincinnati because it was so darn expensive flying to Louisville, or Louisville as they say there. But no, Lexington's a beautiful little town. It's a really nice place to live. So,
well, they obviously didn't hire you, so they didn't like you.
No, I chose not to take the job, and about 6 months later, the radio station got sold. Yeah, the radio station got sold. I'm glad I didn't do it. So, all right, you got a question? Back in the old days, yeah. Anyway, you got a question? We're here to help you today and every day at HomeShowRadio.com. Click on that Ask Tom button. Send it our way. We'll answer it in a video just like this that we post at HomeShowRadio.com, on our YouTube channel, and our Facebook page. Something new going on there every day.